We have Stephen Fleming, the coach of Chennai Super Kings. Stephen, your first question is from Times of India. CSK are regularly struggling with the bat in the first 10 overs and leaving themselves with too much to do in the end. How big a concern is this, and how can you address it?
Yeah, it is a concern. You don't want to put yourself under pressure. And we've got players that are looking to find form. Faf du Plessis has been a player that's been in form, and Ryder's coming back from injury. So a little bit disjointed. But, yeah, we do need contributions from the top four if you're going to win this tournament. So we need to get some form from some big players of ours that are at the top. So still backing them.
Stephen, your next question is from Vion. Is the form of Shane Watson and Kedar Jadhav a concern for CSK? What do you make up of their performance so far in the tournament this season?
Yeah, among others, it's a case of getting into the tournament. Both are looking for substantial contributions. Shane, we know can light the fuse at any stage, and Kedar the same. They've just fourth game in. It's still pretty early in terms of our cycle of form. So, but there's no doubt there's pressure on, and they'll be feeling it more than what I'm talking about.
Even the next question is from ESPN Cric-Info. Garg and Sharma are relatively unknown at this level. The two youngsters. What sort of planning did you do for them, and how do you assess their batting today?
Yep, sat through the meeting. We talked about them, and there was all the bowlers had the information and footage on them, and quite a lot of detail was done on them. They played well, and that's youth for you. Come out and attack. I thought we got a bit sloppy from over number 15 onwards, which allowed them a bit of momentum. I think we could have bowled better to them. But the ball striking was very good, and that enabled them to get a good score.
Even the next question is from ANI. What was the thought process behind sending Kedar Jadhav ahead of Bhumi today?
Really?
What was the thought process behind sending Kedar Jadhav ahead of Bhumi today?
Yeah, I said really. It's a question. Well, he's our number 4. Dhoni primarily is a middle to back end player. Kedar Jadhav is our number 4. He plays dual roles where if we get off to a good start, he might move down and let Dhoni up. But when you're losing early wickets, then your number 4 batsman goes in. So you can't keep... No, stop there.
Even the next question. Halfway through the Sunriser Hyderabad innings, you seem to be in control. However, the youngsters then struck a good partnership. What went wrong for CSK in that phase?
Yeah, we just got a little bit loose with what we were trying to do. They, the last 4 overs in particular, they were very good, and we were patchy. And the other thing, we're just lacking a little bit of confidence in the field. So there's little things all around. There's probably a dozen runs at least that we gave up just with either overthrows or bad movement. So the rhythms of the game, we're just out, and in a tight competition, that's going to cost us. And we know that. But we just got to get it right. We just got to get a bit of confidence and a bit of game rhythm and guys in form, and it can change pretty quickly. But also, if you don't address them, it'll slide away.
Given the last question, Ravindra Jadeja scored his first 50 as he got more time in the middle compared to his previous outings. A word on his innings today?
Yeah, it was good. We're in trouble, obviously, through the middle. It meant that MS and Jadhav had to take time, and it's always a balance between righting the ship and then setting about winning the game. So we got close, but they probably want to be a little bit more productive through the middle. But Rashid Khan, when you've got to deal with his overs, that's a great challenge as well. But they got us very close, and Jadhav's sort of momentum towards the end was encouraging.
Stephen, thank you so much. All the best for the next game.
Thank you.
Your first question is from the New Indian Express. Can you talk us through the decision to put youngsters Priyam and Abhishek in the deep end? Not many teams take chance to field 2 inexperienced players in the middle slot. Your thoughts around that?
I don't know where these questions keep coming from, but we had no choice. Who else are we going to bat at the back end? We lost early wickets, and those guys come in to play the way they did. I've said this before in my press conferences that I've told these young kids to go out there, play the way that they want to play with freedom, take the scoreboard out of the equation, and back yourselves. And tonight, we saw a fantastic effort by 2 youngsters there that got us to a great total, a fantastic total. They held their nerve, backed their ability, and I couldn't be any prouder of those 2 guys.
A sort of a follow-up question from Telangana today. There was so much talk about the SRH middle order for some time now. How happy was it to see youngsters taking responsibility and coming good against a tough opponent?
Look, I think if you give youngsters almost 11 overs to bat, you know they're going to get some time out in the middle. So the hardest thing is if you're playing a tournament where you're only getting 3 or 4 overs to have a hit, it's very difficult to get any momentum. So it's going to be difficult to find, the boundaries when you're not getting too much game exposure. Hopefully this year shows these kids what they're capable of. They went out there, executed their skill. They got some time in the middle. Now we know what they're capable of.
Here are the next questions from the Times of India. What was the thinking of Priyam Garg and Abhishek Sharma when they were batting together and looking to rebuild? And to add on, did you pass on some guidance to them how they can build their innings?
No. For me, it was exactly what I just said. I just said to them, go out there and bat. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Bat the 20 overs. Get as many runs as you can. You get out, you get out. It's a game of cricket at the end of the day. We pride ourselves in the top order trying to score as many runs as we can, and the middle order to finish off. But today, the middle order went out there, executed their plans, and they got us a great total.
David, Bhumeshwar Kumar pulled up while bowling in the second last over. Is there any concern?
Yeah, look, I'm not too sure. I have to wait and see. I have to speak to the physio, and then we can answer those questions when I've got a bit more information on that.
David, Natrajan has been around the team for a couple of seasons, but he has been a part of the playing 11 this year. Can you talk about his growth as a bowler and the variety he provides to the side?
Yeah, I think with in the warm-up games he executed well. We're looking for a death bowler, another death bowler, and he fitted that mould. He's been capable of that before, but last year I think they obviously went a different setup. Obviously Kane was in charge, Tom Moody was coach, and they felt that the other guys probably fitted their roles better. And obviously this year, different kind of wicket, a little bit faster. He's been bowling really well, and we back him and support him. And he executed very well. When I need him to come on and bowl what we need to and expect of him, he delivers. And I'm really proud of him.
And last question from Cric-View. With back-to-back victories, how is the morale in the dressing room now?
The morale is exactly like the first 2 games. We're always upbeat. That's the change room that I love having, especially with the coach and the staff that we have. The players always got smiles on their faces, win or lose. It's a very fun environment to be with. We try and encourage laughter. We're in unprecedented times. We're in a bio bubble. We have to keep smiling, win or lose. So for us, it's about staying happy. We're grateful that we're playing cricket and the tournament's up and running. And yeah, obviously a bit of momentum is always great, but we have to start fresh again next game.
David, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win and all the best for the next game.
Thank you. Cheers.